and sitting down gently. Hi everybody, welcome to Thankful Thursday. It's November 26th. And yeah, so Thankful Thursday falls on Thanksgiving. Or Thanksgiving falls on Thankful Thursday. I guess that would probably happen every year since Thanksgiving's always on Thursday. And before I get into what my Thankful Thursday topic is for the day, quick updates. Liam is still coughing a lot and we might end up taking him back in to get him rechecked and see if anything has gotten worse or better, or if we should be taking a different route in terms of his treatments. Because I just want him to be happy and healthy and just being able to breathe without such kind of coughy, hacky labor. And whatever cold Logan was fighting off may be fighting its way back, but we're not really sure. He's still kind of hacking up a lot of stuff. Everyone's just kind of getting sick. It's the time of the year, I guess. As for me, as for the update from the operation yesterday, or operation, not really an operation, it's a procedure. The vasectomy went quite well. It was super easy and painless and a little uncomfortable at the very, very beginning when they put the lidocaine in to numb everything. That initial shots were, not super comfortable, but they weren't really that bad either. But after that, I mean, literally, I had my sunglasses on my head, I just put them over my eyes, and I could have gone to sleep while it happened. And it wasn't because of the 2 Valium that I took. And honestly, really surprising on that remark, they didn't do a whole lot. I mean, I felt a little, like, whatever. I mean, it's just a little swimmy, but it wasn't like they knocked me on my butt or anything. And it could have been the fact that they were such a low dose of Valium. I have no idea, I've never taken it before. I don't know what a high dose and a low dose is. But either way, the procedure overall went swimmingly, or not swimmingly. I guess that's the point, no swimmers. He even showed me after the procedure, he's like, so do you want to see what it is we removed? And he showed me like the 2 tiny little pieces of tubes, one from each side. And he's like, yep, that's it. Just take those out and you should be good. So I have to go in next week to check the actual incision site to make sure everything looks good there. And then after that, I have to go in, in a undetermined amount of time so they can do a sample and make sure there's no more swimmers, that everyone's gone, the pool has been emptied. And then we're good to go. And the doctor reminded us that between now and the clean sample, which actually they want to get 2, that it is still possible to get your partner pregnant because there's still swimmers hanging out inside the pipeline. And he said one of the #1 causes of pregnancies that happen after vasectomy is because the people have unprotected sex between then and the time they have the clean sample. And they just think, oh, I had the vasectomy, I'm good to go. And it's actually not true. Until you clean that pipe out, you are still completely viable to get your partner pregnant. So we are being very careful with that. Now, as the procedure went really well, the recovery yesterday, everything was numbed up. I had the procedure at about 4:20, 4:30, and everything was totally numb, and I was fine, I was good to go. And then I came home, I was working on some stuff upstairs on the computer, and at about 7, maybe, Michelle calls me from downstairs and says, hey, can you come and help me with something? And I was like, sure. And I stood up and went to the stairs, and like that, I was like, oh, not good. And that soreness that they kind of warn you about, yeah, that hit like a brick wall. And that was pretty much it for the rest of the night. I was mostly lying on the couch with my frozen vegetables on a rotation every 20 minutes. I took 4 ibuprofen, it's not comfortable. Today is not comfortable either. Still taking the medication, still lying down when I can. We have 2 little boys, so it's kind of hard to get that kind of escape to go do that, because I don't want to just drop everything on Michelle's lap, especially on Thanksgiving Day when we've got other stuff to get the house cleaned up and we got family coming over. But yeah, it's not comfortable. It kind of feels like someone just swiftly kicked you in the nuts. So if you've ever had that happen before and you know how it feels like the, hours and the day after and stuff like that, that's kind of what it feels like. Now, supposedly today is maybe the worst part of it, and then tomorrow and the day after I should be totally fine. Now we'll see if that holds true. I mean, everyone is different. There can be some complications with people. There can be bruising. There can be excessive bruising that can happen. It all depends on the person. It depends on what they're doing during recovery. Also depends on how smoothly the actual procedure went and how good their doctor is. I have nothing but faith in the person who did it in my case. So yeah, hopefully everything will kind of smooth its way out over the next couple days. Now, as for today's Thankful Thursday topic, what I'm actually thankful for is my 2 little boys. Obviously, this is the first Thanksgiving dinner that we'll have with both of them because Liam is only 8 weeks old, but it's still such a weird feeling to have this complete family unit. And I have no memory, like my family unit, my personal family, my mom and dad and my brother, we were the same kind of situation. You know, you had the 2 parents and 2 boys. But I have no memory of that. I have literally nothing. It is complete blackness because my dad died when I was 5 and he was sick for a good period of that time. So he was in the hospital for over a year during that last year. I don't remember any family meals like that. So it's a weird kind of full circle thing for me to get this family unit to be exactly the same as the one I grew up with just for that short period of time. It's like almost I'm replacing those memories that I've lost. So it feels really good, but it feels oddly intense and just hard to describe. It just feels like pieces of my brain just are shifting. You know, and this being the day after having a vasectomy done, I also look at both of those little boys a little bit differently because that's it. They are the last time that I will create or help create another person. They are the last people that will carry on my genetic code. And that's fine. That's what we wanted. That was the decision that we made. But it does make them just a little more special. It's really nice to see them happy, and it makes me want to make sure that I give them the best opportunity at life and the best foundation and give them the tools to make the best choices for themselves, which hopefully is what every parent wants to do. And I know in my case that was what my mom tried to do. She had her issues as well. She had things that she was dealing with, but she did what I still consider to this day to be her best, and she instilled in me many things that make me the person I am today. So even with her faults and even with the things that went on during my childhood, it's hard to say I would go back and change anything. I mean, sure, there are a few things I would change, but overall, it made me who I am today, and I'm slowly becoming okay with that. So that's what I'm thankful for. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys are thankful for, and I hope you have an amazing Thanksgiving. Try not to overeat and spend the rest of the night in front of the toilet. Stay tuned for tomorrow, and as always, be good to each other.